Agahek University.
Hi, I'm Kadiatou Fofana. I'm 25 years old and I'm from Sierra Leone. I am also pursuing a bachelor's degree in international business and management studies.
Hello, my name is Razvan Todor. I am 19 years old and I come from Romania. I am currently taking IBMS International Business and Management Studies.
My name is Ernest Pano. I'm Ghanaian, and I'm 24 actually today. And I do IPMS, my first year.
Uh, Hi, my name is Zhao Yo. I, I'm Chinese. I'm 30 years old now. Right now I'm studying in IBMS.
Hi, I'm from Curacao. My name is Gillian. I'm 22 years old. I'm living in The Hague, and it's my first time here in Holland. So I'm studying IBMS first year too.
For everybody that comes from Africa, it's a big change because we used to be respecting teachers and like not respect, like having some kind of fear and showing them great respect. So to be in a university that's like you almost not equal, but like almost equal with teachers, and you could just relate to them just like the way you relate to your friends was really a big change. Was nice, but it was a really big change to get used to. So that was one thing. You know, the language differences, different accents, and different cultural backgrounds. So you can't relate to people just the way you relate to people that you know. So it was a big change, but it was a great experience. Yeah.
Yes, for me, I think is the most important thing is to well organize my time to keep balance with study and life, and also improve English. English is the most important tool or skill to learn here. So yeah, for me.
In my case, it would be that first things first, it was my first time leaving my island, and because I've lived most of my life there, and coming here was, I wouldn't say a culture shock because on my island we're quite multicultural, but I would say it was a moment where I had to really become myself or be a person responsible enough for all my actions and be able to prove to myself too that I can do this. Because over here when you come from my island, some people have families here but some don't, and especially when you're on your own, you have to learn yourself how to be able to do anything by yourself. I would say it was probably the way the school system was, because where I'm from, we use the same Dutch school system, but over here, especially since it's in English too, I had to really adapt to how things would be asked or questioned in and how I need to perform towards those things. So I would say the school system, I had to adapt to it a bit because I'm also dyslexic. So it's a bit difficult for me sometimes to understand certain things, but as I continued, even though it was challenging, as I continued, I started to adapt, understand, and then I'm now able to perform and show some progress. So that would be one thing definitely I had to adapt to in the Hague University.
Yeah, for me, I agree with Gideon. I have the same feeling, and extra is when we work in a group. So we come from different countries. The culture is different. But in my group, I'm the only one person from Asia. All of the four is from European country. So in the communication, I think it's kind of challenge me. Also, there are lots of exams. Exams go so fast. Yeah, yeah, yes. That's what I need to get used to the study. Yeah.
Um, I needed to get used to checking online for any update because I'm not one person that like to read and look for information. But here, if you miss one announcement, you'll be lacking for like a week or so. So I had to get used to going to Blackboard every day and checking for information. And posting all your assignments online and all that. I have to get used to it because I've been into schools in Holland before, but it wasn't like that. Though if there is any important announcement, it will be an email, but never an assignment online. So that one was a bit something I had to get used to. And also working in groups, I didn't like it at all in the first place. People are different. Like if you say something that you think is right, somebody will contact you and say no, it's
Yeah.
bollocks. So
Yeah.
let's do this. So sometimes you have to sit down. Sometimes we just go quiet for like a whole 30 minutes and they'll be like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, just do whatever you want to do." But I'm starting to get used to it. I try to bring my idea. If it's good, we do it. If it's not good, I just say, "Okay, let's do what you think," and then. But now I'm used to it now. At first, it was really not good.
For me, it's everything, almost everything. The structure, the building, the way the classes are made. I think this is more effective and efficient. I get things. Within the short course that I'm here, I've learned a lot that I was in the university before. And I said to myself, what was I doing? But here, everything is so perfectly well structured that it's like you force yourself to want to know things because you don't want to lack. So for me, everything, the entire experience has been perfect. The structure, infrastructural wise, it was such a huge difference. I am still yet to know the corners of this school. It's so huge. It's beautiful. I actually made the very best choice studying in the Hague University.
Well, the difference between high school and this university, it's very big. I actually don't know where to start. Um, I can start with the size of the building, which is a drastic difference. The teachers as well, they talk differently to you. You have different colleagues, and they're all from different nationalities. So back in high school in Romania, we were only Romanians, and now we are in a class full of people that are from all around the world, and that makes you curious about how they do stuff back at home, in their home, and how the classes are organized, and their length and the breaks, and basically everything that is doing in a university is different in high school. There's no the most things that the one thing that I can say it's the same is that you go to study and to learn. That's the only thing. In other side, everything is different.
And when you say the teachers speak to you in a different way, what kind of way? What's different in
They don't speak like they are above you. They speak to you as you're almost equal, and they want you to do well in your courses, and they want you to make you better. So, yeah, it's good.
To me, it's a huge difference. I was also at the university in Uganda, and the setting is all different from the way we interact with teachers. I see here we have a consultation hour, but back there, you rarely see the teachers. They're always in their own buildings, their own cafes, and all that. And then the way we sit in class, like a class of 30, that's so effective. I remember we used to have classes of 100 or 150. Then also with the group works, it's about, in Uganda, it was more about of your own self. Like you just struggle on your own to make it. It's not like all the time in group works, do this and all that. It's really a very huge difference. And I think this system is more effective than the other system. Yeah, I feel like I've learned more. I'm acquiring education instead of just going through education. I'm actually acquiring the education.
I would say that if they keep any assignment or they expect something for, if they expect us to do something for them, they have to explain it very well because most of the times you be on your own and just one misunderstanding will cause you the whole thing, not being down on time. Or so if they really want to get the best out of students, any assignment should be well explained with instructions very clear. That will make perfect everybody.
Um, I would say, I'm gonna keep it short. Um, Especially since we're all international, we don't know a lot how certain structures might be. We have different experiences in our previous school. I would say try to support your student as much as you can, because they can be so lost sometimes, and we don't know who to approach for. And if they can support us with that morally, but also with the concept or the lesson that we need to do, would be perfect.
For me, I think it's communication, because most of the students in school year or in the university starting, or if you're someone who is going to teach an international class, you should be able to communicate to your students exactly what you're expecting from them, because that is where the misunderstanding comes. And just like Ernest said and Gillian, the moment you miss a concept, you're going to miss the entire thing. So
Definitely.
they really have to work on their communications skills in order to have a perfect bonding relationship with the students.
Exactly.
I would also advise them to be themselves, because some students are quite bullies. Yeah, they can ask you questions because they know that you're not so good at English and you may feel intimidated. I know of a teacher one time, she froze, like she didn't know what to say or what to do, and everyone just laughed. So just be yourself. They should be themselves and do their thing.
Yeah.
My advice is to maybe for me the problem is English, so maybe they can share some information about how to improve English. Yeah, that's it. Because in my opinion, teacher has kind of authority. I show a lot of respect to them. So in my mind, the teacher is perfect. So I don't know. Maybe for English.
For English.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, guys. I think you should teach this training. Thank you very much for your answers. It's been
You're
very
welcome.
helpful.
You're welcome.